that woke you up. I bet you thought you were going to see a Hollywood epic. But no, it's just a bit of footage of what the RSA have been getting up to over the last few years. Now, you all know our chairman, Rodney Choppin. Oh, sorry, Rodney, wrong picture. Ah, that's better. His boat is Halloween, built in the Black Shed at Paglesham for his father, Len, in 1953, and seen here leaving Brightlingsea in a good wind. John Martin, our president, with a large gin and tonic, seen here on Kate, crewing for Tim Balfour, the owner. These two old mates often meet to talk over the old time.
Hello, Rodney. It's a long old drive. Lovely to see you.
Last year we had a film show and it was a success. We had some good films.
Good.
This year, when did it all start, John? The inauguration of the Roach Sailing Association. Can you remember?
Well, you remember, Rodney, that in the early 70s they were talking about Maplin.
Yes, that's right.
And of course, Maplin, the more we got to know about it, it was centring very much, of course, on Foulness and further out. But the problem really was not only that incredible development around that area, but they were planning to put bridges across the Roach, halfway between the mouth of the Roach and up at Paglesham, and all sorts of things were going to happen. And it was important, we thought, we didn't want to lose that sailing area. And you remember Dick and George and
Yes.
Reg. Well, we used to sail around like four lost souls, you remember. But we were up the Crouch, I don't know, late one year, and we'd all laid in the creek, which is now the entrance to the little marina at Fanbridge. You could just get in there and lie there at low water. And it was blowing a strong sort of westerly, and it was a good place to lie. I won't go on about that because that's another story. But anyway, that evening they all came aboard. I think we came aboard Zelia, and we were talking about this. We were all worried about it. And it was really there that I sort of said, well, had we better not put something together? And that's what we did.
Our season starts with fitting out. And for the last 3 years, this has been at Carter and Ward's boatyard at the top of the River Roach. Ivor fitting out Marshmallow, a blackwater sloop he has owned for more than 30 years. Simon putting those final touches on Strave and keep that topping line straight.
Peter, don't feel that's not a very good job.
There's Jerry and Edna May, and behind him, Mistress. Richard, our race officer, putting the final tweaks to the mast of Philomel. Alan Holland checking he can still get through the forehatch of Ruth. Is that a radiator hose leaking on Simon's car? Or is it tea time?
Tea's fine for me, thank you.
It's not all tea breaks. We have to get the boats back into the water. We all help each other and generally launch boats in threes. The first one to leave is Marshmallow. Who is this old codger in the way? The moment of truth. Tony Hudson is starting his engine. Marshmallow is now well on his way downstream, followed by Tony in Arwen Evenstone. The last boat to be launched today is Ken Wickham in Gemini, and with the help of everybody is soon on his way. Back to Brancliffe. We can have lunch there. Okay.
We'll be along sometime.
The first race of the season, the Paglesham Pot, is starting with a brisk breeze. The course is decided on the day, and today it starts at the port and starboard buoys at Paglesham, down the Roach, turn up the Crouch to round the first fairway buoy, finishing at the Branklet Spit for lunch on Foulness.
You got your pedals.
We're well down the Roach, passing Key Reach. George and Mistress is now turning to port and up the Crouch. John Wormsley, skipper on Imothes, is just approaching the Fairway Buoy. Let's go on board Imothes to see how they're getting on.
So every opportunity, keep her sailing. Just keep her, when these gusts come in, you can just point her up slightly.
Richard's daughter Jenny is on the helm today.
Now. Keep going. Gyro. Back to the Branklet now, you can see it.
Imothes sprints back to the Branklet, followed by Richard in Pudmuttle, John in Sheer Stress, and George in Mistress. Ivor is rounding the mark in Marshmallow. And now back to the Branklet Spit and lunch. Imothes has dropped her anchor, with Simon in Strevay rafting alongside. Swanty has collected Stortebeker. Steve races without an engine, and he brings up alongside Strevay. John brings Sheer Stress to the port side of Imothes. And then I'm told that they're all hungry.
You're doing a good job there, John.
Jonathan prefers to have lunch in his hammock while rafting continues. After lunch, the first of the boats start to peel away, and very soon Imothes is the only one left. Jonathan is finally left to retrieve his very well dug in anchor before following the rest back to the moorings at Paglesham. Jonathan, concentrating on a cup of tea, gets very close to Mistress.
Oh, I only just got away with that one.
You can see how close Mistress came, but hang on, perhaps the zoom lens is misleading. It's nice to have a personal welcome back from the chairman and a final cup of tea on Imothes. Another race day, and this time it's the Blue Show Trophy. This Sunday morning in May 2003, the wind is just not going to perform.
We're allowed to use cruising ships?
Yeah, as long as it's not a spinnaker.
What's the penalty for passing the wrong side of the buoy? No spinnakers allowed, George.
No, it's a cruising ship.
Well.
Cruising shoes. I'll have to ask the... Richard, is he allowed to put the cruising shoes up?
That's a 20-point penalty.
You can only put it up if it's not a funny colour. No, put it up.
We are hardly moving. No one is going to finish, so Richard suggests we call off the race and all agree to motor to Key Reach and go ashore to the George and Dragon for lunch.
Who's that standing on the boat?
That's one of our members, isn't it?
It's amazing how quickly we can get to Key Reach when there is a pint waiting for us at the George and Dragon.
We don't look our best from the back.
Right, we should be marching, shouldn't we?
Drop me on, John. I'll peel off.
Okay.
Or near him.
Yeah, I reckon one of them is.
I think you need weight loss course. You've got to just. No, I think she's more an immigration.
The weather was so bad in the channel, we went to Calais to get some lunch.
I'm so John.
So while everybody's
What time are we going to assemble next week, John?
Right, it's going to be pushing quite fast. So hang on.
We're now on the East Coast cruise aboard Eager, heading for Brightlingsea. As luck would have it, the Old Gappers race is well underway.
But old John felt like setting his out.
Another year and another East Coast cruise. The weather is not promising, so after a night at Brightlingsea, we all agree to cruise up the Colne to Rowhedge. We are now well up the Colne, and with Marshmallow and Destaye taking the flood upriver. We are now threading our way through the pretty village of Wivenhoe, where the picturesque riverside is quickly being developed. As we approach a bend in the river, we can see Rowhedge, and the little white building in the centre of the screen is the Anchor, where we hope to wrap up for lunch.
Mickey Mouse to your voice when you're talking.
All sorts of things, couldn't they?
Round about Potton and so forth, as you say, where you can anchor up and you can be in the absolute middle of anywhere. It just meant that it's lovely to see.
There's no trees coming down from here. See, look up here where it was.
The eaves where it thicket down to the back.
And the deed when I had
Yeah. I must admit, the first time I beat it,
The tide has now turned, and after a good lunch, we are returning on the ebb, making for Bradwell. Our last event of the year is our laying up supper, where we invite our partners and friends to join us, this time at the Royal Burnham Yacht Club. This is a time for presenting the cups to race winners and make rash promises about jobs around the house to be done while the boat is laid up. Firstly, the boat high fleet cruises, and I've got to keep it short, I've been told, so
I did hear about this last year.
Yeah. The reason why we usually go to West Mersey is because there's certain amongst us who really like the fish restaurant.
Oh, absolutely.
Which patronise quite well, the oyster shed. It's very nice to see Bar here tonight. Finally, our meeting tonight is to celebrate laying up, and it's that time when we all do those things around the house.
I know I said some very rash promises last year. And actually, we have managed to get the bathroom floor sorted, but Julie keeps pointing out the insurance company did that. So I still have the front room to decorate, and I promised Julie I will do that before the new season.
Dangerous stuff.
I had to stand in for John Walmsley now, who's in Afghanistan.
No walking sticks allowed in the club.
There you go, Simon.
Well done.
I said I'll get it for you.
Yes.
Here we go.
With Stravaig, these are the top 4 places. But Stravaig squeezed ahead at the end and wins the Len Chopin Trophy. So I hate to have to do this, Peter, but we're going to ask you to pick up. This is the end of our year, and we hope you've enjoyed the film. May we also take this opportunity to wish you good sailing in 2006.